Hey guys!
Howdy!
What's up and welcome back to the Roomies Digest. My name's Christine.
I'm Mo.
And today we're doing a really special video.
We're vlogging Netgalley arcs, my friend. I'm here. Hello.
I'm so happy.
I read a book today.
Monique is on the Netgalley train. Okay, we have obviously had people requesting you to read these books. So we're starting slow and steady, guys. We're starting slow and steady. So we're going to talk about some Netgalley books that are coming out in September. Bum, bum, da 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 da, bum, bum, da.
I will be reading First Love, Second Take by Sajni Patel. Pretty much a second chance romance about a doctor who has to kind of stay with her ex, and things unfold from there.
That was a wonderful, beautiful summary. You guys know I read quite a few books, so let's run through the list. All right, so the first book that I'm reading for this vlog is Under the Whispering Door, which follows our main character, Wallace, who has died and is kind of carried into this middle place where he's got to pass over under the whispering door to the great beyond. But on his journey, he kind of figures out he doesn't know what's behind that door, and he doesn't know if he wants to go. So as he is kind of figuring out his afterlife, he may or may not have a cute little love story. And things evolve from there. The next book that I'm going to be reading for this vlog is The Tempered Steel of Antiquity Grey. This is about a young woman who discovers like a mechanical suit, and some crazy things happen in her community. It's been years and years since they've seen a tech like this. And so this discovery kind of ends in a question of what happened. Where did this come from? You know, is this from the war? What's happening? The next one is Iron Widow, which also involves a kind of like mechanized tech suit, but this is about a young woman who gets drafted into being a like pilot concubine is what they call it. And essentially there's a yin and yang to each suit, and she would be the female part of the suit. She ends up being one of the most powerful pilots in the program.
Of course.
So
don't you just love women? Chaos
ensues. The next one was kind of a last minute read. It's called No Gods, No Monsters.
I've been hearing you hype that one up a lot.
Right. This one, I saw this one because it was on a like YA, LGBTQIA list. And I was like, I would love to have more recs for this like YA kind of genre. So let me just add this to the list. It's an urban fantasy. And basically what happens is, one day, during a normal day, everybody finds out that werewolves are real, and it's called the fracture. And basically, from the moment of the fracture on, we're finding different POVs of these people who are experiencing monsters.
Okay.
Monsters are real. Okay. So chaos ensues. I'm really excited. That one was like high up on my list. So let's get into the vlog footage. Hey guys, today's video, I'm currently on set and I'm gonna show you guys a really vague video of where we're shooting, but can I tell you what it is? No. Can I tell you when it was? No. Obviously it was recently, but anyway, we're here because we're starting another Netgalley reading vlog, and we are starting with Under the Whispering Door. Highly anticipated book by TJ Klune, and I'm very excited. This is going to be my first TJ Klune. I know, what am I doing with my life? But all of my friends have loved House on the Cerulean Sea, so I'm hoping that Under the Whispering Door is in the same realm. So I'm gonna give you guys the inside scoop. We're gonna get this Netgalley vlog started. So I'll check in with you guys at 50%, but until then, let me give you some really vague shots of hashtag set life. See you later. And that's it, guys. That's all you're getting. So let's get this vlog started. Okay, everybody, I'm officially at 50% of Under the Whispering Door. Okay, so update. Up until like the 20% mark, I was like having an okay time. Like it was okay. I was like, oh, okay. The main character is interesting, and this is my first TJ Klune. So as far as the writing,
style, the execution, I was like, this is interesting. So yes, it definitely is a story. It's more like story based, I would say. After the 20% mark, things started picking up. I started like actually caring about what was going on. I'm definitely interested, I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely getting some like romantic vibes between Hugo and our main character. Hugo is the ferryman. And so I'm interested to see that through because I want to know if they're gonna be together, like what's gonna happen. I don't want to give anything away, but I have high hopes that maybe he'll just stay in the middle place. I also think that there was mention of the house in the Cerulean Sea. Like I think there was like a nod to it, which I think is really cool. And I wish I had read it before this, but it's fine. I just didn't have time. But y'all know I love when we cross characters, we do cross settings. As I've gotten closer and closer to the 50% mark, I've gotten increasingly more interested in the plot and like where it's going. So now I'm at the point where like I don't want to put it down. Definitely could have put it down like earlier because I was just like, what is happening? But now that we've had some things happen in the plot, and now I want to know the mystery, like I want to know what's behind the Whispering Door, because the Whispering Door is basically how our main character will move on. Is our main character gonna move on? Is he gonna stay? Can he stay? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know the rules. Anyway, but there's definitely more things to figure out, so I'm excited for that. I'm gonna check in with you guys at the 100% mark. I think today Monique and I are gonna go to Ikea to like look at some bookshelves, which is so exciting. So I might get you guys some footage of that. And yeah, that's pretty much the only thing we have on the docket today because it's Saturday, so it's like the weekend, baby. All right, see you guys in a little bit. So I have to be quick because my phone is dying, but I just finished Under the Whispering Door. Thoughts. Okay, thoughts. So this book, I think it is it's like sad because of the content, because as you guys know, this is about a man who has died trying to like figure out how to move on, right? And he meets the ferryman, which is like delving into that like Greek mythology, you know, reference. And the ferryman is supposed to help him move on by having him pass through the Whispering Door. Okay, I cried a little, but not for like the reasons that I think everybody else would cry for. I cried about the animal part. Like there was like an animal part because they have like an animal companion in this book. And so I cried, of course, because like, why would I not cry? You know, I have such a cute little baby here that I think of every time an animal is talked about in a book. Yes, honey. Oh, that is so disgusting. So I cried a little bit because I was like, not the dog. But but the book was good. Like the writing, you know, is it like my favorite execution ever? No. But I still thought it was interesting. Like I thought the story was interesting. And I always think these kind of stories are fun to read because everybody has their own musings about what happens once we die. So I also thought that part was interesting. Will it make you sad? Probably. I mean, there are like some heavy parts in here. Not like super, super heavy, but I mean, it's about death. So if you don't want to read about death, then, you know, maybe don't pick this one up because it might make you sad. But there are like a few, sorry y'all, I know I'm yawning. I'm like, I need to go to bed. There are a few trigger warnings, I would say. So I would look those up before delving into this book. But other than that, it was a fun time, okay? I think I'm settling at a 4. Because, like, it was, think it was a little slow in some moments. I was like, but not, like, super slow. Like, I still liked it. So I think it's a 4. Because I wanted to know what happened. And that's the bottom line here. Oh, my God. We went to Ikea today. And we were going to get basically like a cabinet so that we can put away some like pantry items. Oh my gosh, Sherman, you scared me. But they didn't have the cabinet that we wanted. They're getting like 24 of them tomorrow. So our Ikea trip is going to be taken into the next day. But we're also in the middle of like getting a whole new living room. Okay. So y'all, we have this whole back wall that y'all see all the time, we want to put bookshelves there because we just have like this one shared bookshelf. So we want to put bookshelves back there, and we want to get a new couch and basically redo our whole living room, which is where we do like all of our TikTok videos and stuff like that. So we want to redo the living room, and that way we can kind of like transform it into a filming space so that we can have more space to film, because y'all know when we do our wrap-ups and our TBRs and stuff, we're like in front of the bookcase in my room, and like that's all good and well, but you know, sometimes you just need more space. This is gonna be a month's, plural, long project, but we're starting it now. So the first thing we're doing is getting the cabinet for the storage space in there. Then we'll get rid of this couch, and we will put the futon that we have over here in the middle of the room until we get like our actual couch that we want. So anyway, just going to Ikea today like reminded me that we're doing this whole project. And honestly, the real reason we're doing it is because a lot of our booktube friends are like coming to visit in October, we think. So we like want our house to look cute when everybody gets here. So anyway, we're gonna get some bookshelves. That's the point of this whole entire rant. So yes, that's what happened today. Sorry I didn't check in earlier, but you know, the time just got away from me. Next book on the list, I think I'm gonna start what is it? I am going to look up and see what that book is. I'll give you guys a better description of it when I start reading it. How about that? But that's the book that I'm gonna be reading. So see you guys in a little bit. My official drink of summer is, wow, we're kind of coordinated right now. Look, doom.
Oh my gosh, they're green.
But the shades are black. Come on.
Oh my gosh, they're green.
You're a Grinch. Get it? Anyway, okay, guys, hey, what's up? Hello. We're back in the car again because yesterday, I meant to go yesterday, but I went yesterday. Yesterday, they didn't have the stuff that we wanted because we are trying to upgrade our house.
We are.
And we're gonna do a bigger vlog on the other living room pieces, but this is actually just part of my Netgalley reading vlog, so you guys get the inside scoop. Anyway, content you guys didn't ask for, but we're going to Ikea again, but a different location because they didn't have what we wanted yesterday, and there was, you know, some confusion. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. So join us. We are in the Starbucks line, obvi.
We are in the Starbucks.
Because we've got 30-minute drive, and that's quite a lot for LA. So catch you guys in the next clip, I guess. Guys, okay, so I just wanted to check in. So I haven't really been reading Antiquity Grey because I've been reading this honker of a book, Foundry Side. It's the bane of my existence. We'll talk about that more in the wrap up. But anyway, so I'm gonna do some serious reading for Antiquity Grey so we can get through it. Miss Antiquity Grey is out in the desert, not supposed to be because apparently it's dangerous, and she finds like this huge mechanical like being with her granny's bones in the machine. I think this is like her grandma's grandma, so it's like her great grandma. Anyway, so this all basically happens in the first 10 pages. So this is not a spoiler, y'all. This is literally what happens. So then chaos ensues because obviously she found the tea and somebody killed her grandma and her grandma didn't run away. So their whole family name needs to be like what is it? She needs to call up the family name. I don't know what that's called. Sorry, y'all, I'm so tired. I just worked a 12-hour day. So that's Antiquity Grey. We're going to get into it tonight. So I'm going to check in tonight because I am tired of reading Foundry Side. I am tired of this book. Look at these tabs. These are not happy tabs, okay? I'm tired of reading this book, so I'm about to finish Foundry Side. I am going to get halfway through Antiquity Grey. I am going to check in. Will I order some food? You know I will. Okay, anyway, so I just wanted to update you on what this book is and like what's happening with it, because do we even know what Antiquity Grey is? Mr. Sean Speakman, I think, is the author. The cover looks cool. That's really why I requested it. Anyway, all right, I'm out of here. Okay, y'all. I know I look crazy, but this has to be said. I just DNF'd the Tempered Steel of Antiquity Grey. I was 32% of the way in this book. You know, there's no rhyme or reason to a DNF. For me, there's not like a certain point where I'm just like, okay, by this point, if I'm not liking it, I DNF. It's just more of a feeling when I'm reading the book. And for this specific book, it had potential to be really, really good. There is a mechanical robot that a young girl finds in the desert. She's trying to clear her family name, but I think because the author had YA in mind, perhaps some things stayed underdeveloped. I just was not connecting to the characters. I was not connecting to the plot. You know, there's a character death in there, but it's not really addressed. And what's really important for me in a fantasy or sci-fi is if we're going on an epic adventure, you better develop those characters enough that I care about what they're doing. Because if you are just throwing us in a situation where we're going on a journey, but then it also takes forever to get anywhere in that journey, and we don't have character development, we don't have good dialogue, the setting is like, okay, but that's really the only thing, then what is going to hold my interest throughout the book? I don't have time to waste. I'm sorry, I'm too old for that. So we're DNFing the Tempered Steel of Antiquity Grey, which is sad because the cover looks so good, but don't judge a book by its cover. So interestingly enough, I am going to start Iron Widow, which I say interestingly enough because this book has a similar premise-ish. So I'm really excited for this book. Highly anticipated in this reading vlog other than Under the Whispering Door. We're going to get started on Iron Widow. I'm hoping that this sci-fi is much better than the sci-fi I just DNF'd. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Just wanted to check in, and I will see you guys at the 50%. Also, we never showed you guys our cabinets. They haven't been, you know, cutified yet, but this is them. It's still kind of messy in this corner, but I love them. They're basically huge storage cabinets. Did I put them together? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, y'all. So I'm here. I'm watching Naomi's reading old reading sprints because I love the like cozy vibes that her and Cammie do with their reading sprints every week. So I have not gotten to 50% of Iron Widow. The good news is this. I have read the author's note, which is the like it's in the front of this book, and I am even more excited for this story. I don't even know if I knew how good this was gonna be. Like, I am telling you guys right now, because this is the beginning of the vlog, I think this may be a 5 stars. Okay. Whew, I'm so excited. Yes? Come in. Come in.
Oh, you're vlogging?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Don't put me in.
Okay. I'll pause it. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Just reading the author's note. It's based loosely on Chinese. What did she say? She said Chinese, not Chinese harem. Hold on, now I gotta look. Okay, it was Chinese harem stories. So it's loosely based on that, loosely based on historical figures. Obviously things are different, like things have been changed. Almost retelling, but not really, but just a way to reimagine these real people into this like epic sci-fi, like Gundam Seed, Gundam Wing freaking book. I'm excited. Some mention of suicide. There were some other things that, torture. There's like 2 more things. I can't remember all of them. But anyway, some very serious content. So I'm not going to say that I need that in a book to enjoy it because I don't. But when that kind of stuff is in a book and it's done well, I'm like, we're hitting on some serious subjects, and I feel a 5-star coming on. Anyway, okay, so I'm for real gonna read Iron Widow now. Check in with you guys at 50%. Good morning, my beautiful party people. Okay, so the day is a new day. We are talking about Iron Widow, at least the first 50%. So the tea with Iron Widow, it started off on a really high note, and then the writing got a little shaky. So I'm thinking it's leaning towards a 4-star currently. That's not to say it's not good, because it is really good. The plot is really great. We love the story. It's just there are some things that are kind of convenient / not hashed out, explained / I don't think we're like as, there we go. I don't think I don't think we are as involved with the characters as we could be. And kind of what I mean by that is just, you know, when you get to know a character and you just like know them, you know, you love them, you know them, you wish nothing but the best for them. That is a 5-star character like rating, you know what I mean? These are like the characters that you would die for, okay? I'm not at that point with the characters in Iron Widow, though I do like them and I do like the story. So we're at a 4 currently. Things could change. Things could change. We'll see in the second half of this book, but it's going well. I'm liking the story. You know, it's not like too crazy futuristic, because obviously it's still kind of set on Earth. It just has like mech tech. I think because our author is kind of using these historical figures and historical stories. I think it is set kind of deeply in, I feel like I'm uploading a video and it's gonna make noise. I feel like it's set deeply in more present times than a futuristic time as far as the sci-fi aspect goes, but we're having a good time. Okay, it's not like I'm struggling to read it. Okay, I just read half of it in like a couple of hours, so it's going well. All right, I'm gonna drink some coffee. I think I'm gonna try and read a little bit more of this book right now, and yeah, we'll see how the rest of the 50% goes. Okay, guys, finished Miss Iron Widow. Okay, I hope this is not an unpopular opinion, but I think I rated it a 3.5 stars. I don't really know, like I know how to feel about it, but like I guess this feeling is disappointment, because I thought this book was gonna be like just more than what it was. Thought it was gonna be like a fantasy. I thought that it was gonna be, you know, a sci-fi. Like I thought we were really gonna get into like the setting of the world. I thought we were really gonna get into how the tech works, you know, and I thought we were gonna really get into the characters, and it just was not what I thought that it was gonna be. And the ending, I was just like, I don't know how to feel. And it's a 3.5 because I was having fun in the first 50%, as we just saw, but like I cannot in good faith go any higher than a 3.5. I can't, because the last 50%, y'all, of this book was like, what am I reading? I will say this is like one of the first times I've ever read about like a polyamorous relationship, not just like a love triangle, but like literally a polyamorous relationship, which was really cool. But yeah, my biggest thing was just the plot of the book because it was just like things would happen and then convenient things would happen, and y'all know that that's not what I like in a sci-fi or a fantasy or really like any book, to be honest. And it was giving me like big Foundry side vibes, and what I mean by that is the plot, you know, the premise was epic, right? So we were gonna have this like really amazing story, but then the dialogue, just the way that the characters talked, I was like, how old? Like not in a sense of like I'm a teenager, so I'm gonna like talk like a teenager, but just kind of like the understanding of the dialogue, if that makes sense. I don't know, I feel like maybe the book just didn't know what it wanted to be. Maybe it wanted to do a lot with the plot, but then the way that we got there wasn't very sturdy. It wasn't very developed, in my opinion. Ooh, I just know everybody's gonna love this book, and I am not liking it, which kind of sucks because it was, when I read the premise for it, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so good. The author's note is gonna be so good. But it truly was just like the characters, like the way that they like talked and interacted with each other, and then how that interacted with the plot, because I was like, bro, I know this did not just happen. Are you serious? This is so convenient. It's annoying to me. And I don't know, maybe it's because I am jaded and I read a lot of sci-fi fantasy books, you know, those two genres. So take that for what you will, guys. I am in no way a professional, you know, writer, but I would say that I do have some experience reading it. So just wasn't my cup of tea. Maybe you guys can find something in it. But I did appreciate the feminism and the kind of like historical nods is what I would call it. But also it did seem like it was a plot, but also the plot was pushing a couple of agendas. And I think there's a way to write it where, you know, it's done well and you don't notice it. As in, like, you know that it's there, you know that's a theme, but it's not like every single page is broadcasting it. You know what I mean? Because we're still trying to read a fantasy or a sci-fi, you know, because we're still trying to read a sci-fi book, if that makes sense. So I almost want to be like it's a 2.5, but it's not that. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I mean, the beginning was so good. It's just so crazy, the contrast, because I know that first clip I was like, oh my god, it's going so well, and then like at 52% I was like, what is happening? What's the point of the plot? Like, truly, what was the point? Like, who even was the bad guy? Anyway, okay, so that's Iron Widow. If you guys read it, let me know your thoughts, because I would love to know somebody who liked it. I would love to talk to that person. Yeah, and hopefully if you try it, you do like it. There you go. Okay, yes, y'all. So we have two surprise plot twists. One, Empire of the Vampires. So I gotta see if Jay Kristoff is problematic first before I start broadcasting that all over this Netgalley reading vlog. The other one is No Gods, No Monsters, which I just recently also saw on like a list of LGBTQIA books of 2021. It is coming out September 6th, okay? But essentially there is our main character's brother, I believe, is murdered, and the main character thinks it's like a cop, like thinks it's cops or something, but then it ends up being monsters. But it sounded cool. The cover looks amazing, so I requested it because it was on this list, and you know, we gotta go with the recommendations. I mean, why else are they there? So I requested it, and Netgalley just, you know, loves to be giving out things super late. Like, I just got two other books that I requested so long ago, but they're already out. I'm like, y'all, I do these vlogs pretty early. Like, we can't be giving me something that came out in July. Maybe I'll do a Netgalley catch-up vlog or something. But yeah, so those are the other two on my list. And then there is, I think it's called it's not the Singles Tables. There's a romance that I think Monique is reading that one for this vlog, okay? So hopefully she is. I'm praying upon prayers. That's the tea. That's what's going on. Okay, I've updated you guys. I will come back when I actually know what I'm reading.
Hey y'all! So today I have been reading the Netgalley arc First Love Take 2 by Sajni Patel. I'm at 60%, and then I was like, oh my god, I need to tell people what I'm thinking about this book, because I don't even think I recorded a clip. So here we are. The book follows Preeti and her ex Daniel. Preeti is a doctor. She's struggling with anxiety, or battling anxiety, and you know, just overall the expectations of her career and her family, you know, they have expectations for her culturally, and so she's just dealing with that. She ends up having to move in. Okay, she doesn't have to move in, but she ends up having to move out of her current living situation because she lives with her friend Rima, but she just got married, so they're deciding to move into their current apartment, so she needs to find a new apartment. Okay, so you're already seeing like she's kind of like desperate at this point, no options. Luckily, her other best friend Leah is moving to Dallas and has 2 months left on her lease and can stay there at that apartment. But there's a catch. Someone else has already asked if they can stay at this apartment. Leela was like, no, Leah, excuse me. No, you're my bestie. I've got you. You can stay there. He can sleep on the couch. And she's like, he? Who is he? And of course, it's her ex, Daniel, who just moved back to town because, of course, that's what happened. And, you know, I'm not going to say the besties in the friend group put this together, but they did. They put this together. So we're following this second chance romance, and I'm enjoying it so far. Y'all, when I say I love second chance romances, help! I think this might be the first one I've ever actually read. Like, I read all the way through. Well, not all the way through, but like, I don't remember. I'm trying to think of a second chance romance. I don't think I read that many of those. And this one is like the most recent one I can remember reading. I think it might be the first one, and I am enjoying it so much because I feel like when you have second chance romances, you just automatically get that emotional element of the romance, which I'm finding I really like to have in my romances because they already have their own stuff they have to work through because they had a full-on relationship, you know. Obviously they broke up, so they have to work through the reasons why the relationship failed in the first place, even to get through to a new chance of relationship. So I am enjoying the drama, the tea, like I'm enjoying the little tension, the tension. Also, I must mention, Daniel can cook, and I really realized that is something I truly appreciate in a fictional character and in a man in general. But like, just the scenes that you can have with that ability of having a character knowing how to cook well in a romance, leave that to your imagination. I'm having a great time. I'm gonna probably come back when the book is finished because I'm literally flying through this novel. Sajni, you are doing magic here. I am obsessed. Sajni. And yeah, I'll come back with some more thoughts. Okay, so I just finished it and it was so good. I'm giving it 5 stars. I was really squealing. Like, I know I interrupted everybody's naps and whatever they're doing on this lovely weekend, but this book was such a fun read. Like, I can't handle it. Also, I'm realizing that I truly think architects might be the sexiest career. I think I only know one architect. I don't know many architects, but I'm thinking that they just, you know, you're hot, you're a hot person building hot buildings and rooms and spaces. And I think that is true. I think that's a true factual statement that I just have thought of. So have that which you will. But Sajni Patel, that was such a fun book. And I really appreciate how you delved into like the stigmas of mental health. It's something I've been working on myself. And I just really think everyone should read this book. It was really cute. I learned a lot about, you know, Indian culture, fwa is, and all kind of things. So yeah, I definitely recommend. Apparently there's another book she has like in this series. I didn't realize it was like a kind of a series, but another book about one of the other characters that was mentioned, one of her friends. So I'm looking forward to putting that on hold immediately. But yes, 5 stars, recommend, definitely will read. I definitely recommend picking this up if you see it out when it comes out next month. And yeah.
So first reactions?
Okay, well, first, I've decided I want to try flaxseed milk for the first time.
Good caramel flaxseed. Nice.
This is what it looks like. It looks normal. It's skim milk.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully I have no allergies. It's not bad.
It's not great though.
I don't think this is the medium of which I would partake. You know, who really drinks a cup of milk? No one.
Children.
Yes, children. But I think I will enjoy an Oreo with this later.
There you go. Dunk it in there.
I'm gonna try that. But I'm not gonna do it right now, because, you know,
we have things to do.
Dinner. Oh, yeah, things to do.
Oh my god.
I plan my day around meals. Okay, one more sip.
I mean,
Because I'm done drinking.
instead of putting it in my coffee?
You want
That looks nasty.
I was looking for
That
5 seconds.
did not look clean.
It wasn't clean. I realized that as I looked.
What are we doing?
Okay, I thought I just did that.
No, we were taste testing flax milk.
Oh, you want to talk about we're about to make soup?
Yeah.
Okay, I was
This
still
is
on
the vlog material.
I was still on the taste testing of the flaxseed. We're about to recreate a TikTok recipe. Never been done before. Actually, that's not true.
Not on this channel.
But I did make that iced coffee, whipped coffee thing. But I don't think you put it on
I did.
YouTube.
I think I did.
Then that's why I was saying what I said, because I remembered accurately our lives. All right, anyway, Christine's going to try flax milk. This is the same cup I've had in the previous scene. It's not
Tastes
bad.
better than almond milk.
Oh yeah, almond milk
That's crazy.
is not for me.
Whoa. It's like definitely sweeter than almond milk.
Yeah. But
Also,
look
it might
how
be the brand.
little the carbs. There's like, that's why I picked it, because the carbs are so low.
If this had a vanilla taste, I would put this in my coffee.
I think they had a version like that. But, you know, I don't go for that stuff.
Anyway, that's besides the point. Today, as we said, we're going to be doing a TikTok recipe. We interrupt your regularly scheduled vlog to bring you some fun content, hopefully. So we're doing a TikTok tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwich.
We are making a TikTok tomato
Oh my
soup
gosh.
and a grilled cheese sandwich, just like she said.
Monique is the chef. I'm really like the
Director.
I wasn't even gonna go that far. I was gonna say the person who does the thing. So like if you're like stir this for 5 minutes, that's me. I'm the one who does the physical labor.
Yes.
Monique's
Which
the
is-
one who makes sure it doesn't burn. That's our back and forth here. So
Again, I wanted to preface that we are recreating something that's supposed to be easy, and that's where my mindset is. Really, from the looks of it, you just throw it in a pan,
it looks super cute.
and that's that.
Yeah,
Pan, blender, bowl,
we'll see.
grilled cheese.
And tomato soup.
Oh yeah, the soup. I didn't say
With
that
the
the
grilled
pans, the blender, the bowl is all the components of the soup,
Right.
and then a grilled cheese.
Okay.
Just to make that all.
So we're gonna get started
We are.
and catch you guys later.
Da 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 da. Wow.
We should play some music.
Yeah, I did. Oh,
Let's
I did
do
bring
it.
my phone along.
The onion is, oh my god, it's so potent.
Oh, my eyeball.
Oh, get it away. Put it in there. Do something.
I can't do anything. My eyeball. My eyeballs. My eyeballs.
Oh my god, we have to get out of here. This is like poison. Why am I I don't like it, Mom. I can't see. I can't see.
I gotta get out of here. Go in there. I'm back. I look crazy.
My nose is burning.
Sometimes you just gotta smell an onion, you know?
What the freak? What kind of onion is that?
It's the normal
onion today.
yellow onion. So this is what we've got going on. We're here.
Water is like coming out of every crevice of my body.
Get this. Get this for the camera. My subscribers need to see this content.
This better be the best soup I've ever eaten. Oh my god.
It's not soup. It's pasta sauce.
I mean... Okay, y'all. Taste test. Here we go.
Not bad.
That's delicious.
I can see why people call it a pasta sauce.
I mean... Yeah.
But I think it's a great vehicle.
This is delicious.
Yeah, warm on up. Cool.
Okay.
I would say this was fun to try.
Will you ever make it again?
It was pretty easy. Yeah. I would make it again.
Okay. You don't sound convincing. You're like...
Like a lot of tomato soup.
This is actually a bona fide tomato sauce. Honestly, we should try it on some pasta.
I think that's really what it's for. But alright, I'm gonna warm mine up.
Okay. Anyway, it was good. TikTok, you did it again.
That was fun. And tell us another TikTok recipe to recreate, because we're here. We're willing to try
Yeah.
something crazy. Not too crazy, because
I mean,
I'm
like,
not
yeah.
about to put crabs
Minimal.
in a pot alive.
Oh, absolutely not. Do I look like I live by the sea?
Oh, you live in a pineapple under the sea. It's some of the sea.
Is that?
Hey, someone in the
Okay.
Something you look.
Got it. Cool. Okay, guys. Hello. What's up? I know it's been forever since I checked in, but it has just been a crazy couple of days. Okay, so since Monique finished, her Netgalley book, and also we made the tomato soup. Okay, I've been working on set, so I'm kind of like tired. It's been long days, but I'm on the way back now. And I know you guys are like, why can't you just tell us where you're going? I will say that today I'm working with someone who has been on SNL for years and years and years. And even before that, was a real funny dude. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna say, but today I'm doing stand-in work, which is really cool because you basically get to be like part of the crew because you're essentially working for the director of photography. So you kind of get to see like how the crew works and all that kind of stuff while also standing in and being on camera for the main actors, which is so cool. I guess this is kind of like a life update too. I just became SAG eligible last week for all the work that I have been doing. So that's really cool because you have to get like long story short, you have to get like these vouchers to become SAG eligible if you're not like basically paid for by somebody in SAG or like these other like kind of weird ways to get in. It's kind of hard, but not really if you just stay consistent and like you keep working towards that goal. So I've been working towards that goal pretty consistently and been working a lot. So it makes sense that now I am SAG eligible, which is great because now I have my vouchers and I can join SAG. Whew. Anyway, life update. Let's talk about the book that I'm supposed to be reading. So this is going to be the last book for the Netgalley vlog. It's called No Gods, No Monsters. And it was sold to me as like, we're living in the world we live in now, but suddenly monsters are real. Right? So we as a people have realized that like monsters are real, werewolves, vampires, the Invisible Man, like all these kind of classic monster characters. That's pretty much like all I knew about it. I know it's LGBTQIA. That's all I got. I started reading it and it's definitely a niche book. Like it's definitely like not everyone is gonna like it. If anything, it reminds me of The Starless Sea in the writing style because you have all these different stories and all these different perspectives. And I'm assuming that in the end, they all come together to like make things make sense. But I'm at 50%, and this is also why it reminds me of Starless Sea because Starless Sea like didn't really start making sense till like 45%. Like I remember it vividly. I was like, okay, what the heck's going on? Which is basically what's happening right now. I know I'm at 50%. I pretty much know like the characters who are connected. Like we do have a little bit more in terms of like knowledge, but like what is the point? But I'm not like what is the pointing board. I'm more of kind of like, okay, where are we going? But I'm still interested because it's just really cool. There are these like really classic like monsters in this book, and I'm trying to figure out who everybody is because some of them straight off the bat, like some of them one person is like a dragon, and like some of them that one person is like a werewolf in a werewolf pack. But I'm trying to figure out like who everybody else is because like so far I can see like there's like an invisible person, but I'm like, how does the power work? So that's just like very interesting to me, and like it's working for me. Like I really enjoy it, and the writing style I really like. It's not as flowery or like as convoluted / confusing as Starless Sea, which I feel like a lot of people didn't like. So it is like a bit easier to understand, which is good. So that's really all I can say for now because like I don't really know what else to say. It's just like a bunch of POVs of different people kind of like experiencing this like
what do they call it? Oh, they call it the fracture. That's when, like, when everybody figured out that monsters were real, they call it the fracture. So that's pretty much like all I've got, because it's just everybody kind of giving their perspectives of when they found out, or like months later what's happening, which is nice because it doesn't feel slow in that we have to go through every single person's POV at the same time. Like, it would be like one person's POV when it first starts, another person's POV 4 months later, another person's POV 8 months later. So that's my update for No Gods, No Monsters. I'm having a good time. I'll have more for you guys at the end of this, but so far it's like leveling at a 4.5. 4, I would say it's more of a 4. It feels like a 4, but we'll see where it goes. So anyway, all right, that's my update. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll try and get some footage of like going to set, but it's like cloudy today in LA. It's like not cute. Also, sorry if the audio sucks. I'm on the highway. Okay, cool. Love you. Bye.
Hello guys, what's up? Okay, so I owe you an update for No Gods, No Monsters. What? Even this book was such a surprise, a sleeper agent. I had no idea that this book was going to be so good. It was amazing. It was so good. I'm literally going to buy this book. So I think I'm going to end up giving it a 4.5 out of 5. Maybe 5. Maybe 5 stars. Check back with me at the end of this blog. Blog. Me, a blogger? Vlog, but like, y'all, it was really good. I mean, I didn't know what was happening for the first part of it. And like, if I were to describe it to you, if you have read The Starless Sea, it is not that kind of a lyrical writing. Like, it's not as lyrical as that. It's like easier to understand. But the type of storytelling is similar to this. And what I mean by that is there are like multiple point of views, multiple things are happening, and you're trying to figure out like who's who, you know, and like what the story is. So good. We've got trans rep, we've got ace rep. I was like tearing up. I was like, the people who, you know, got hurt, I actually was like worried about them. Anyway, anything that happened, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna like freak out. It might be different for other people because it definitely leaves room for another book, which is why I looked up to make sure that something else was coming. When I cannot guess what will happen, which is what was happening in this book the whole time, I was like, what's happening? Hints of like cult, secret orders, monsters. It was like such a good urban fantasy. I was like, oh my God, they literally have, and the monsters are so creative. But like, it makes me want to read the whole book again and be like, okay, now that I know what I know, let me go through and tab and take notes and stuff. Cause I'm like, I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be such a good YA series. That's how I feel about it. I hope you guys like this one because so freaking good and just like so genius to make something that people literally write about all the time, like werewolves, to make something like that and make it like your own in an urban fantasy setting. I'm still thinking about it to this day. Okay, so I'm gonna say 4 point. Am I gonna say a 5 star? I'm gonna check back with y'all at the end of this vlog. Well, I'm very pleased. I'm glad. This was like a last minute one too that I just threw in there. Freaking wow. Anyway, okay.
All right, guys. So we're into the Netgalley wrap up. The first book that I want to talk about is Under the Whispering Door. You guys know it's about Argyle Wallace and his lover, his friend, his everything. Anyway, I ended up rating this.
Everything.
Yeah, it was so cute. Okay, it was a 4-star rating, and this was my first TJ Klune, so that is a lot of fun. I know that House on the Cerulean Sea is a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more happy. This one definitely had those tones of like grief and like a seriousness to it that, you know, if you guys need trigger warnings, please look that up in advance. It was good. It just did like, I don't know, it didn't affect me, I think, as much as like it should have, you know? So it was a 4-star. 4-star for me. And then the second book that I ended up reading was The Tempered Steel of Antiquity Grey. You guys know I DNF'd that. I DNF'd that book. And I hate to say it, but it just like read very young for me. And I think there's something about like a man writing from a woman's perspective. I don't really like that. in books. So especially when it's a young woman, she's like 17, 16. And yeah, the dialogue just seemed off. The story was kind of like not going anywhere. So I DNF'd at 33%, 30, something like that. I gave it a good chunk. Gave it a good chunk of my time. So there's that. Hopefully someone else can enjoy that sci-fi. And we're moving on to the next sci-fi that was kind of like a mech tech as well, The Iron Widow. This book, I ended up rating it a 3.5.
Really?
Yeah. And it's because I expected it to be more about the sci-fi. You know, I expected it to be more about the technology. It did have that to a certain extent, but it was, I think, more about the historical notes. Like, I think more about basing it off of these real life figures. And I just kind of find myself saying, what's the point? You know?
Yeah.
What is the point? Like, what does the main character really want? It just was confusing. I mean, like, not confusing in a way where I was like, what's happening? But just kind of like, why am I reading it? Why is it happening? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to really explain it other than...
You didn't know how you were supposed to feel.
Right, yeah. Like, I was just kind of like, okay, that happened.
Great idea.
Is that supposed to be... Yeah, is that
so
supposed to be...
the idea was good, it just wasn't...
executed
the way...
in a way where, like, I was super pumped about it. 3.5 is still a good rating. Like, I still enjoyed it, but it's like after the 50% mark, I was just kind of like, this took a turn. This doesn't seem like the same book. So anyway, that's what I felt about that.
Well, no surprise for me, but I rated First Love, Second Take 5 stars.
It's a 5-star.
It's a 5-star. Sajni, again, beautifully done.
Yes.
And the character, I love a good fictional boyfriend, okay? And
he is one.
He is one.
He is one, I am one.
He is one, and I could be his, but, you know, I am a human person in a real life form.
One day you'll be immortalized in a book.
I guess. If I could be reincarnated into a fictional relationship, you know, but like it'd be like in a story, but it'd be me. Anyway, we're getting crazy. But yeah, 5 stars. I really enjoyed how they tackled a lot of the mental health issues and the relationship. I think I'm really into a second chance romance. So if anyone has any good recommendations for me, let me know in the comments. But like, second chance romance is for me. I have set with that. And I'm telling y'all, like, if you like the emotional level of a romance book, just pick up a second chance romance. It's literally it's a given. It's gonna be there because they broke up. Anyway, that's my piece on that.
Okay, and then the last book that I read for this Netgalley vlog was the No Gods, No Monsters. Guys, freaking sleeper agent, okay? I was like, what? I got to the last page and I was like, this is the end? I immediately had to go to Goodreads and figure out if they had a second book in the making. And thank God this is a series, y'all. I was like, don't tell me that's how it ends, because it ended well, okay? I was like, damn, Flip, where's the next chapter?
You were
what are the acknowledgements? Why?
You're like, wait a minute. This is the glossary?
Yeah, I was like, we need more. We need more.
The index?
Excuse me? You know, we talk about this a little bit on the channel, but there's some books where, like, you know exactly where the next book is going, right? Because they set it up so perfectly in the end. You're like, damn, y'all really set it up. Yeah, and you're like, okay.
Like, fair, you know?
Yeah, you're a writer. You want another book. That's fine. We'll do it. But this one was so well thought out. It can go anywhere. I'm not kidding. It can go anywhere, and I want to know where it goes. I want to know where it goes. Okay. It just was so genius. Like, it just was so cool. I love it when we get these stories that we've never heard. This book was so good. I definitely recommend if you're a fantasy reader, urban fantasy. Like, I feel like you'll like it.
I'm excited. You said Teen Wolf, and I was sold.
And I will say that it is a little confusing in the beginning because you're like, whose POV is who and whatever. But we do have sci-fi elements in this, so just be prepared. Just be prepared to have your mind blown. You know, maybe take notes too. That will really help you because there are a lot of POVs, and half the time you're like wondering who this one POV is because it's never explained until the very, very end, and then you're like, wow. Mind blown. I gave it a 4.5 at the time, but I almost think as far as like an urban fantasy goes, like I liked it so much, I think I'm giving it a 5-star rating.
Good.
I really had a good time.
Yes, I feel like I'm hitting the golden buzzer. Like, yes.
Well, because I'm not sure if every single person will like it, but like for me,
you had a fun time.
That was a good book. Like I could put it down because there was a lot in it, but it was
You
real
didn't.
good.
You
It was
didn't.
a
And
good
that's-
time.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, and I just like loved it, dude.
And
It
you
was
sat
just-
with it for a while.
Yeah, I've sat
and
with
you're
it for a
still
couple
at that
days.
same.
Right.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a 5-star.
It is. And I'm telling you, like, it was so original. Okay, instead of an apocalypse, we're having a monsters are real moment, you know? That was kind of the concept, but people are getting news stories about werewolves in the streets. And it sounds kind of cheesy, but it was really cool.
Werewolves in Paris.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. So yeah, guys, I think that's it. That's our wrap up for Netgalley. So hopefully you guys are interested in these books. They're all going to be out in September.
Look out for them.
That's it. Yeah, get excited, okay? Especially for the romance. Romance and no gods. Like, I'm literally going to buy No Gods, No Monsters.
That's great, because I would love to read it.
And after you read it, I'm going to read it again and annotate it, because I'm just like, I need to know what's going on.
Is it up there with, like, Legendborn?
It's different. I mean, like, I guess this is a YA, because it was on that YA list. They have kind of graphic scenes, though, so I'm like,
Well, why doesn't... There's just a clear-cut right and wrong. Do you feel that? Or is it more of a gray? Is it new adult?
Maybe it's more new adult.
Okay.
Because there's not a clear-cut right and wrong. Like, there's characters that do things... And, like, that's part of why I liked it so much. There's real discussion about... And this
The
can be...
choices that
Right,
people
this
make.
can be, you know, taken into, like, real life. You know, do we consider people who are monsters to be people? You know? If they look like a person, but they have these monster characteristics. Are we going to treat them any differently than someone who isn't, you know, like them? And I loved that. I was like, yes, tell us. Because some of them are dangerous, for sure. Some of them can kill you. But then others are innocent. They're like babies.
Yeah, but you can do a blanket ban.
Right. And so it's like, that was an important conversation throughout the book. Oh, it was so good. Also, they have like a little cult kind of moment. And I'm like...
Okay. So they're just really peppering in a lot of
Yeah,
things.
I think you're really, like, think about it as in, like, the TV show The Order. Times.
Stop! I'm gonna read it. Bringing up The Order is just such a sadness to me. It just
Right.
brings such sadness and
Right.
sorrow.
Okay, so times dark. Times monsters. I don't know what the good monster... Teen Wolf, I guess.
Dark? It's that kind of
Yes.
that kind of stuff?
Yes, I said sci-fi.
I heard you, but you didn't really say sci-fi.
I know, so like...
You didn't say dark!
Yeah.
You just said sci-fi. I was like, okay, it's fans monsters. You didn't say dark.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Anyway.
That's why I was like, what?
All right, so I will be reading Christine's copy shortly.
Yeah,
but
I'm
we
excited.
recommend, if you are interested in any of these books again, check them out. They're coming out soon. Let us know if, you know...
Any of these are on your TBR or on your, you know, like...
Yeah, just let us know
Or
what you're
if maybe
feeling.
this video gave you a little more information on one of them. So if you guys like this video, give it a like for us. Comment down below if you know, have any of these guys on your TBR. If, you know, this kind of enlightened you a little bit. XYZ, XYZ. Turn on that notification bell if you don't want to miss another video from us. And please subscribe if you want to support me and Monique on this channel. And until our next video, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye!